This next story takes place in Aurora, Colorado. There was a young girl named Stacy, and Stacy and her best friend, they loved to go to the nightclubs every weekend. Well, there was this new nightclub that had just opened in town, and they were excited to go. So her and her best friend and a couple of their other friends decide they're going to go and check it out. So they go there and they get to the club and they do their normal routine of ordering drinks, sitting down for a little bit and chatting. And they decide they were going to go out on the dance floor and start dancing. Well, they see this group of guys out on the dance floor and they interact with them and start dancing with them. Well, Stacy starts dancing with one of the guys. She could tell that he's younger than her and that she's shorter, about 5'4". And so they're dancing, having a good time. And when she's dancing, she turns, looks over at her friend, who's been her best friend for several years, and she sees that she is freakishly tall now, over like 6 foot. And she's standing higher than the guy she's dancing with when normally she was about his height. So Stacy turns again and she looks back at this guy. And then when she turns to do a second look, her and the guy, look over at her best friend. And they see that she now looks like a 6 foot tall, reptile looking humanoid type creature. And her and this, boy she's dancing with, they're both terrified and freaked out by what they are seeing. So they just run out of the nightclub together. And Stacy goes did you see that? Did you see what I seen? And he said, yeah, and he explains exactly what she had seen. Now she thinks, I'm losing it. That's my best friend. I've known her for years. She's not a reptilian creature thing. So she goes back in the nightclub and she finds her friend, except her friend is now back to normal and looks like her friend. And so she tells her friend, I'm not feeling good. I'm going to leave. I'm going to go home. And so she leaves. And she tries avoiding this friend for a little while because she doesn't know how to confront her friend about what had happened. And she thinks that she'll think she's crazy. So she decides finally to call up her friend and talk to her about it. And she calls her up and says, hey, do you want to meet at the mall? I'll talk to you about why I haven't been around lately. So they go to the mall and Stacy sits down with her friend and she says, this craziest thing happened to me at the nightclub. I looked at you and you shapeshift. And I don't know what happened, but for a second you look like this reptilian type humanoid. And her friend was like, no, that doesn't seem weird, but could you see me? Did I what could you see? And explain to me what happened and what were you doing when this happened? And she was questioning Stacy about all these things, and she was more concerned about was she seen and what did Stacy think about her, and did Stacy think that she was something else? And she was really freaked out by the fact that Stacy, had seen her shapeshift. And so Stacy said after that meeting, her friend was kind of very different and weird after that. And then one day, her and her family just moved away, and she never talked to that friend again.